So the LA Rams, who are the 6th seed, come into Green Bay, the number 1 seed out of the NFC, on Saturday at 1:35 p.m. That's LA time. This game will be played on Fox. Kevin Burkhardt and Daryl Johnston are on the call. Green Bay favored in this game by 7 points. By the time I saw this, I've seen it bounce around, and depending on where you look is where that number is at. I've seen 6, I've seen 6.5, I've seen 7, I've seen 7.5. So depending on where you do your gambling, the numbers might be different, but it's about a touchdown that they're giving to the Rams because the Packers are favored in this one. So over-under in this game, 46. Kickoff looks to be about 31 degrees in this one, 15% chance of precipitation, 73% humidity, and around 11 miles per hour for the wind. That's at kickoff. At the end of the game, we're looking at about 28 degrees, 8% chance of precipitation, 73% humidity, 9 miles an hour for the wind. So it's going to be cold. It's not going to be super windy, and kind of a light chance of precipitation. With these temperatures, that would be snow. But you know what? I think we're going to avoid it. I think it's just going to be kind of a cold and crummy day, but it looks like it's not going to be that windy, though, which is going to be really nice. I'm a Colorado person, so I say basically every day, it wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't so windy. You know, that's just a thing that people from Colorado say every day in the winter. So I'm pretty sure I said it today. I don't know. It wasn't that cold today, actually. What is it right now? For you LAers out there, it is 52 degrees in Colorado. That's basically a heat wave in January. So I'll take that. That's shorts weather. That's shorts weather right now. All right. And then, this is going to be a cold one. It looks like the windy stuff and the snow and all that stuff, it actually looks like it's going to be before. So it looks like it's going to be like Thursday, Friday, that all that's going to get taken care of. And then coming into Saturday, we should be okay. Should be avoiding the worst of the weather. It's going to be cold. And then actually the next day, Sunday, going to be a little bit colder, around 10 degrees colder, actually. So we kind of lucked out with it being a Saturday game on this one. Let's take a look at some game notes in this one. Packers are 80% in the red zone as far as scoring touchdowns once they get to the red zone this season. That is best in the NFL. Rams defense 12th at 59.5% given up as far as touchdowns go in the red zone. The Rams have given up the fewest first downs in the NFL, which is, that's just a credit to the defense. Again, a lot of these are defensive informational bits, I guess, and fewest passing yards and passing touchdowns allowed by the LA Rams. And it is worth noting that nobody had more touchdown passes than quarterback Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers, and nobody had more touchdown receptions than Davonte Adams, wide receiver of the Green Bay Packers. So that is a matchup to keep an eye on, and the Rams defense has their work cut out for them. But I would also flip that on the other side and say that Aaron Rodgers and Davonte Adams, they have their work cut out for them, all right? We got to give ourselves a little bit of credit here. I'm always talking about the Rams' perspective, but from their perspective, they have a tough matchup in this game. Rams secondary is one of the best in the NFL, if not the best in the NFL. We've got backups who are just stars, it's like straight up studs. We had this situation on like the wide receiver side not that long ago, but now you're looking at our corners. Like, I like David Long still. I think Troy Hill's awesome. Darius Williams is awesome. We know Jalen Ramsey's awesome. He's unstoppable this year. He's playing out of his mind. I don't know if I've ever watched with my own eyeballs a Rams cornerback play this dominantly. I was born in 1991, so I just don't know if I've seen that yet. You know, I've seen a lot of really talented corners play for the Rams. Dre Bly comes to mind, but as far as guys just absolutely shutting people down, I don't think I've witnessed this as a Ram player. You know what I mean? So it's good stuff right now. And Davonte Adams, it's a tough matchup for Jalen Ramsey, but it's a tough matchup for Davonte Adams as well. And I think we need to credit ourselves a little bit. Rams defense 5th lowest in penalties in the NFL, so that's good. They're playing disciplined as well. And the Rams are the best defense that the Green Bay Packers will have seen at any time this year. They did play the New Orleans Saints, who ended the season ranked 5th in the NFL. They did defeat them, and that was their only top 10 defensive win over a team that ended the season with a top 10 defense. The other two, it's a loss to the number 10 Colts and a loss to the number 8 Bucks. So I had mentioned, that those games, the Colts and the Bucks, are two games that the Packers were outrushed and they lost the turnover battle. So those are really your two keys in this game is outrush them, hold on to the ball, keep it away from Aaron Rodgers, keep him cold on the sideline in a big poop coat, and don't turn the ball over. All right, Jared? Call out Jared Goff specifically on that one. Yeah, let's take a look at some injuries in this one. I did actually want to pull these up. I wrote them down yesterday, but I'll just pull it up here, the official ones here, the newest ones. So for the Rams, as far as players who did not participate in practice on Wednesday, which kind of counts as a Thursday practice because of the Saturday game, quarterback John Wolford, David Edwards on the offensive line, Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, and linebacker Terrell Lewis all did not participate in practice on Wednesday. Wide receiver Simba Webster, he went from limited on Tuesday to full participant on Wednesday. Andrew Whitworth was limited again. Don't expect any crazy news there. And then Jared Goff has been full participant in each day of practice. On the Packers side, Kingsley Keke has not participated in practice yet this week with a concussion. Let's see, Kevin King and Alan Lazard, corner and wide receiver. Those two were limited. Mercedes Lewis was limited yesterday, but did not participate in practice today. Jared Valdir popped up on the injury report as well as it did not participate. And then Zadarius Smith, Equanimus, I don't think I said that right, St. Brown, he was limited as well. And Rick Wagner, those three limited in this day of practice on the Packers side. So nothing too wild there, honestly. I mean, the Rams, this is the biggest we've seen the injury report in probably 3 years, honestly. And big names, Aaron Donald, Jared Goff. These are names we never see on the injury report. So, yeah, I got a little bit beat up last week, but hey, we're still playing the game, and that's really all that matters right now. It's a war of attrition in the NFL, especially in a pandemic season, so I think the Rams are doing A-okay. Let's take a look at the matchup. We are going way over time for this one. I don't have like a set time, but we're going way over it this week, all right? It's fine. Let's take a look at the matchup. The Rams on offense. So the Rams, middle of the road for offense. These are going to be the same numbers, by the way. These are end-of-season numbers. We're not going to go ahead and factor in the last week's game into our averages. But the Packers defense ending top 8. And then top 7 as far as against the pass goes. And then, they're also kind of middle of the road, though. Their defense is only okay. The best matchup that I have in this one is Andrew Whitworth and Rob Havenstein versus outside linebackers Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith, the Smiths. And those are just two really good players. So it's no secret that whoever plays quarterback this weekend is going to need to be able to have time. And off of that play action, which the Rams run more than anybody else in the NFL, off of that play action, these are two smart enough outside linebackers to chase the quarterback and not bite on the run. So we definitely need our tackles to be playing some disciplined football in this one and holding their own on the edges there. Otherwise, we've seen Jared Goff have trouble with that. So it's not I don't think that's a stretch to say that we need to get those guys blocked. All right, especially with Witt and Havenstein, two monsters on the offensive line. So we'll probably see a decent number of play action boots, because we're the LA Rams, and we love that. So I'm sure we'll see a lot of that, but that also means the ground game needs to get going, which just kind of points the finger back on the offensive line. And I think Witt coming back last week, I think that was a big part of Cam Akers' success last week against the Seattle Seahawks was the return of Andrew Whitworth. But whoever plays this one at quarterback, because we don't know who it's going to be. They probably do, but we don't at the moment. Whoever plays quarterback in this game, they're just going to need time to throw the football. And the matchups on the inside, I like the Rams' interior offensive line against the Packers' interior defensive line. It's those edges that I'm a little bit concerned about, but we'll see how Witt comes back again for another game. It was his first game back last week, so maybe he'll be a little bit more comfortable. Havenstein as well. I mean, he's doing an awesome job this season. So let's take a look at the other side. The Rams' defense. We're going against the top 5 offense, but the Rams defense is number 1 in the NFL in total yards as well as passing yards. And the Packers top 10 there. The Rams number 3 against the run, number 8 for the Packers there, and number 1 in points given up. But you see the Packers on your screen right now. They're first in points scored, so they've put up more points than anybody else. But the Rams have given up less points than anybody else. So that's a clear, amazing matchup there. And then if you look at third down percentage as well, the Packers are second in the NFL in third down percentage at 49.4, but the Rams defense third in the NFL with 35.4 for percentage of first downs given up on third down. The best matchup that I have in this one, I'll give you guys a wild guess. Take your time. It's Jalen Ramsey versus Davonte Adams. And if you guys didn't get that, You guys are not watching the same Rams team as I am, and you clearly are not watching enough Rams Showcase, because Jalen Ramsey versus star receivers has been the best matchup in the Rams defense versus opposing offense. That's been like the matchup almost every week. Almost every single week. So this is superstar versus superstar again. And Jalen Ramsey's done an amazing job against plenty of amazing wide receivers this year. 2 times against DeAndre Hopkins and DK Metcalf. Shut down Mike Evans. I mean, the list goes on. And I'm sure you guys have seen it. Bleacher Report's been posting all kinds of stuff about it. But Ramsey, I mean, he's locked down top wide receivers all year. Adams leads the NFL in touchdown receptions. That's an amazing matchup. Just on that little tiny bit of information, that Jalen Ramsey's a star. Nobody scores more touchdowns than Davonte Adams. I can't wait. This is like what happens when an immovable object meets, or an unstoppable object meets an unmovable object, or whatever. However that's said, you know what I mean. But either way, that's an amazing matchup, and I'm really, really excited about this one. This is one of those matchups where I kind of like watch them until they're out of screen. You know what I mean? It's good stuff. But with Donald banged up, the pass rush might be a little bit slower. So for that reason, I think that Rodgers might have a little bit more time and could be targeting. I mean, he's going to try to throw the ball to Davonte Adams. That's not a secret. That shouldn't be a secret at all. But the Rams, they have allowed the least passing yards in the NFL. Ramsey on Adams allows the rest of the defense to worry about those other weapons, like Valdez Scantling, Tunyon, that tight end. He's awesome. But either way, this matchup here is going to be one to watch for sure. So and the Packers also, I think it's worth noting that the Packers, we've seen it very recently. I don't think that they're going to be avoiding the passing game just because it's a little cold. So I think that actually kind of plays into the Rams' favor just a little bit. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the history of this matchup. The Rams do lead the all-time series 47-46-2, so very tight there. The Packers would tie it up all-time with a win. The most recent game between these two came on October 28th of 2018. The LA Rams won that one 29-27. This is the Ty Montgomery game. And actually, I wanted to show off this dollar bill because I won this that day. I won this dollar bill. I don't know if you could see. Maybe I'll take a picture. I'll make it full screen for you guys. But this is a dollar bill that I won from my Packers fan friend, Jackson. And it says "Go Rams" on it. But it also, he wrote there at the bottom, because we just had a dollar bet. I'm pretty sure I iced him too. I don't know if you guys know what that means. Anybody who's like a total frat bro will, but anybody else may not. But yeah, I'm not going to explain it. But either way, I'm pretty sure he got iced that day. But also, he wrote here at the bottom, Ty shoulda knelt it. Go Pack, go. So this one hangs out. It hangs out back here on the shelf. I don't know if you guys have seen that in the past or not, but that is something that hangs out there. There's a couple of little secrets on my backing here, but I'm not going to tell you any of them. You guys just have to look for yourselves. But yeah, that was the Ty Montgomery game. That was an awesome time. The Rams did win that one. Before that one, the Packers had won 5 straight. The first ever game played between these two teams came on October 17th of 1937. The Green Bay Packers did win that one over the Cleveland Rams, 35-10. The longest streaks in this series, the Rams had the longest streak of 11 wins, 11 straight wins from 1948 to 1953. Green Bay Packers' longest streak in this matchup, 7. So they were almost going to get there, but that got shut down because of Ty Montgomery, and that was between 1960 and 1963. What to watch for in this game? It was a cold weather game with 2 quarterbacks, so the Rams will likely try to run the football a lot more than they have this season, even though they have been running the football and throwing a lot less than they have in the past, especially under Sean McVay. In a cold weather game, I like being the better defensive team in this one. I think that that's going to be a huge factor, and I honestly, guys, I don't like saying it, but I feel pretty good about this game. I feel good about the matchup, especially the Rams' defense versus their offense. I'm not totally sold on the other side yet, mainly because I don't know who's playing quarterback. But I like the matchup of our defense on their offense. They have not seen a defense this good. And I think that clearly plays into the Rams' favor. I think that's a huge, huge upside for us. Let's see. Everything the Packers are good at, the Rams are good at stopping this season. The Packers are amazing at throwing the football. Rams are the best against the pass. You know what I mean? So it just kind of it kind of just works out this game that the Rams matchup. The matchup really is there, and I think an underrated storyline in this one, the underrated matchup in this one, is actually Sean McVay versus a Sean McVay branch in LaFleur over there. I almost say Peter LaFleur every time. I really almost do, but that's also what Rodgers calls him. I said that I saw that on Pat McAfee show. He calls him Peter, which I think is cool. Just a little nod to a great movie. And so, I mean, is this the game where the student becomes the master, or is it just really that Sean McVay is like, I know what he's going to want to do because I taught him what to do, So is it going to be one of those situations? I will say also that I like the coaching matchup for the Rams. I think that plays into our favor because we got student master situation, but you also have Brandon Staley, who is a coach for the Chicago Bears, so he actually knows this team a little bit better than maybe anybody else on the Rams coaching staff. So I think that plays into our favor as well. No other coach on our staff has gone against Aaron Rodgers more than Brandon Staley, I think. I would have to do a lot of research on that one, but that stuff is not just super readily available. So let's take a look here.